Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name's Asselin and I upload college and lifestyle and really just like school-based videos all the time to help inspire you guys, so you should totally go ahead and click the subscribe button down below and give this video a thumbs up if you enjoy it. I've gotten a whole lot of requests to do a sort of study tips videos. I've also gotten video requests for requesting like how I study, which I can do like a separate video with like how I make my outlines and everything. I've seen some comments about that, but I felt like this video would address most of y'all's questions and be most inspiring for you guys for final season that's coming up here pretty shortly, and I wanted to get this up as soon as possible. I'm just going to be trying to give you all my best tips I have for studying for finals. It's tips that I implement whenever I'm studying for any test I take, and I just think that they're really helpful based on my preferences for studying. So with that being said, some of these things may not apply to how you like to study, but it is ideas to try if maybe your studying is not working out for you, or if you just need some inspiration and don't know where to get started. So my very first tip is to do what you need to do to get inspired, because it can be very overwhelming when you just sit down at your desk or wherever you are in front of your computer and you know you have like 4 tests coming up, a paper due, a project due, and it just seems like this big bear that you're never going to be able to accomplish really. And I think that it's really important to get your mindset very inspired, because if you just sit down and you're instantly stressed out, you kind of need to be able to inspire yourself, whether that's going on Pinterest or watching a YouTube video to help you get inspired, or maybe reading a few pages of a like mindset book or something. I don't know what it is, but if you just set aside 15 or 30 minutes before you get started studying to kind of get yourself inspired, I think it helps a lot with your mindset as you study and as you begin to study. I know anytime I am about to start studying for a test or working on something that I know is going to take me a lot of time, I absolutely love to go on Pinterest for like 15 or 30 minutes and just get really inspired. And it may not even have anything to do with studying, and it may just be like fashion inspiration or something, but just something to kind of get my mind going and thinking. And I like to watch YouTube videos too that are very inspiring and motivating to get me to study. My next tip is to put your phone on the other side of the room. I know a lot of times I'll just like let my phone die whenever I need to study for a test, and then since I let it die, I will just like leave it in my room, and sometimes I'll charge it if I'm studying in my room, but I'll charge it on the other side of my room so I can't go and get it and bring it back to me. But if I'm not studying in my room, I'll just literally let it die and let it sit there and stay dead for the whole night until I'm done studying. And I know that sounds weird because you could just turn your phone off, but if you literally just let it die, you're not going to be able to turn it on unless you charge it. So with that being said, I know that if you have like a MacBook, you obviously get the same notifications on your MacBook as you do your phone. So setting your computer on Do Not Disturb is really important. And your phone can be very distracting, especially when it's nighttime and you're studying, so that's really important. My next tip is to plan out your studying and make it more detailed than just studying. I know that I have always had to put down, you know, like read this chapter or read these pages, outline this part of the chapter, or make vocabulary flashcards for these, or make a master sheet for these formulas, or study these formulas. You know what I mean? Instead of just saying like studying for the class, you need to put things that make it more specific, because then you're not just looking at it and seeing, oh, I need to study, because obviously you know you need to study. So making it very specific and putting down what you need to do will help you get more done and kind of help you see what all you need to get done instead of just having in your head that you need to study. Next is to really just be prepared, especially in terms of like outlining. It's literally been proven that like if you write in different colors, it's going to help with your memory instead of just writing in a pencil or writing in just a pen. Typically what I like to do is kind of make a color coordination scheme between my different classes. Like for accounting, well, my main like intermediate accounting class last year and this year, I've always used a pink highlighter and pink pen for my stuff. So like my headlines I will do in pink pen, and then like any highlighting for specific journal entries or vocabulary terms or concepts I do will be with pink highlighter. So it kind of helps with your photographic memory once you get to the test. If you can like remember, oh, this was in pink or whatever color it is, it helps a lot. And I've always done that. And then like each subject has a different pen and highlighter color, but they're the same with each subject, if that makes sense. Going along with that, it's super important to outline, and it can be literally anything. A lot of times, I know I will, and I have some friends that do this too, we make like a master sheet for our like journal entries in accounting. So we'll have like one piece of paper that kind of has all the different journal entries we need to know and their effects to the financial statements. And like if you're in math or econ or something, I know that I always did one sheet with all the formulas I needed to know and like just looking at that one sheet is like an overarching view of everything you need to know instead of a bunch of different stuff and details on a bunch of different pages. Having just the broad concepts on one page helps so much, and I like really cannot emphasize that enough, but it's always helped me a lot to just have that one sheet. And I know whenever I took like the intro to accounting class or whatever as the gen ed for business, I always did that, and it helped me so much. And it was the last thing I did before a test, so it was like after I did all my studying I would make a master sheet, and that's kind of how I do it now too. I wait until I've done all my studying, and then I go through and I pick out the important vocabulary words, the important concepts, and I try to make it as, you know, like narrow as possible. So like I don't want to have every single detail on a master sheet or an outline. Like I want it to be as overarching of the whole thing as much as I can. Like you can do outlines, which I always do outlines, but then after the outlines, to generalize the entire outline is when I do the master sheet. If you're in like English or history, basically just making like a sheet of all the terms you don't know and can't memorize will help a lot. That way you can just study everything that you don't know on one page. I think having a drink, whether it's coffee, tea, lemon water, lemonade, whatever it is, helps a lot. I don't know what it is, but I can't study without a drink, and I know it's like a really random tip, but I like have to have something with me. Going along with that, it's important to eat brain food. Don't eat like heavy pasta or anything before you study, or a ton of sugar, because you'll crash. So try and eat things that like really stimulate your brain. It may be different for you depending on the person you are, but I know generally like if I'm eating like pretzels and hummus or something, that's normally like a good snack food for me to have as I'm studying or while I'm studying, or like some grapes or something. It's very important, especially around the time of final season, to manage your daytime wisely. So your time literally throughout the day. I know a lot of times you're in class most of the day, and my whole mindset is that, oh, I've been in class all day, so I'm gonna come home and not do anything for a couple hours because I've been in class all day. But then I don't really start doing anything until 8 or 9 at night, and I'm super unproductive in the remaining hours of the night. It's so easy to push off everything during the day for at night because you know the nighttime is gonna be there for you to use. But statistically speaking, I think that everyone's a lot less productive at night, and like I can be productive at night if the need is there. But in reality, I would get so much more studying done if I managed my daytime better, and that's like something I really need to work on, because during the day I waste so much time, whether it's sitting on my phone, watching YouTube videos, taking naps, whatever it is. I just manage my daytime very poorly, and it definitely does not help in final season when you're having the crunch and you need to get good sleep. And I feel like when you're studying at night, you don't remember as much anyways, and you're more likely to take breaks, I feel like, when you study at night too, because you're constantly checking your phone, because that's when everyone's on social media, and it's just not the best time to study. Like, it's my best time to study because I'm most awake, I feel like, at night, but at the same time, I don't think it's my most effective studying time. Start early for your studying and try and do a little each day, and do all of your like manageable tasks first that you know like have a time when you're finished with them, like a project or an essay or something. Like, as far as studying goes, your studying only ends when you really want it to, but like essays and projects and everything obviously have like a specific end to them. So I think doing those manageable things like essays and projects first really helps you get in the productive mindset and makes you feel productive, which will in turn make you be more productive. So I think that doing those things first really helps, and getting those done is also a lot of stress relief, so then you can have the rest of your time to study. Checking things off of to-do lists is so satisfying, and I feel like it helps me be more productive. So I think keeping a running to-do list is so great. I normally keep one running for the week, and then I have one each day. So the week is kind of good for me because I get to see everything I need to do for YouTube that week and everything I need to do for school that week. And then each day it's a lot more specific, that kind of works towards those bigger things that are on my weekly to-do list. And I just think that that helps a lot, and the satisfaction of checking things off is just so great. If you can study with people, I know this isn't for everyone, but I think it's super important to study with people, especially for things that you don't really understand or are very complicated, because you may know something that someone else doesn't, and someone may know something that you don't know. So asking them questions will help them study by telling you the answer. And if you know something that someone else doesn't know when you're studying, you being able to explain that concept to someone will help you know it even better. And that's just so true, and it has always proven true whenever I've been studying for accounting or econ or whatever it is. You tend to like learn things, especially more long-term than short-term, if you're able to recite them to someone. Next is to find the spot that makes you feel the most productive, whether it's the library, your kitchen counter, and your living room, at the desk in your room, a coffee shop, bookshop, wherever it may be, bookshop, bookstore, whatever. Wherever it may be, you need to find the place that makes you the most productive. Typically I'm most productive in coffee shops just because I don't get distracted at my room and want to watch YouTube videos or anything, so I can normally get the most work done at coffee shops. Even if I do have little unproductive moments, overall it's my most productive area. And if it ends up not being productive for you one day, because each day is going to be different, don't be afraid to change spots. Like last week when I was studying for this big accounting test I had, my friend and I started at a coffee shop, then we got lunch somewhere, and then we went to Barnes and Nobles and studied in like the kids area because there were no tables open, and then in the coffee area there. And then after that we moved to like the general area that's a part of her leasing office that everyone can kind of like sit at and hang out in when it was nighttime. That's also a great area if you're a college student in an apartment, is utilizing the space that your leasing office has for everyone to kind of like study or do whatever in. Using music I think is really good if you're doing things that are like math based, but as far as like memorization goes, I don't think music is the best thing, just because especially if it has words in it. If it doesn't have words in it, I think it's fine regardless, but if it has words in it, I just don't really think it's gonna help you that much. But if I'm doing like homework or something, or if I'm doing a project, I like to put on music. And I think there's this playlist called like Chill Night Drives or something that I love listening to whenever I'm doing projects or doing homework, which I don't really have homework anymore, but mainly for projects I listen to that, and that's like chill R&B. But I think that they're the best thing to do when you're doing any other type of studying. You don't need to have words, just because studying you need to be focused on what's in front of you, not the words in a song. But instrumental music's really great, jazz music's really great, but my personal favorite is I think it's Chill Lo-Fi on Spotify, and then there's like Lush Lo-Fi that's really good too. And then there's Your Favorite Coffee House is really good. And Chill Lo-Fi and Lo-Fi in general I think is pretty much just like hip-hop without the words, and it's more chill and laid back and more like R&B than hip-hop, I guess. But I don't know, it's really great studying music for me. But just find what's best for you as far as music goes. As far as like your attire and clothing and dress goes, I am productive if I like get ready and everything. I am definitely more productive. But my thing is that like I want to be comfortable when I'm studying. I know not everyone is like that, but my biggest tip to you guys is at least change. Like I know sometimes I will literally wake up in the morning and I won't leave my house from like studying all day. But if I stay in my pajamas that I slept in all day, I'm more likely to be a lot less productive, I feel like. So if I at least just change out of my pajamas and change into some different comfy loungewear, that makes a world of a difference than just staying in the pajamas I was in, or just changing in the comfy clothes and going somewhere else. But that's just a big tip for me that I think helps a lot. And those are all my study tips for finals. I hope that they were helpful for you guys, and leave any tips you guys have down below so you can help everyone out and help me out. And I wish you all the best of luck on your finals. Go kill it. You all are capable of doing so, and just stay focused and grind it out, just because you know that this is going to be over really soon and you'll be able to relax. So just put in the work now so you don't have to again later, and it will all be great. And thank you guys for watching. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't already, and follow me on all my social media. It's always linked down below, and I will see you in my next video.